back. 2 shows left to finish out the season, Matt. You surviving?
I'm surviving. I miss your jacket, though.
It's coming next week. It'll be back next week.
Good, perfect.
We'll end the summer on the jacket.
Very professional.
But these are 2. These are 2, and you got all the
the branding.
promotions and branding for McNeese that they
Need your
want.
hat back, the centerpiece, though.
You didn't like it. You didn't like the hat. You thought it was too dirty. That's not. I don't know why. I thought it was pretty clean. All right, a lot of things happened last week that I think are interesting, all off site.
Yep.
But the interesting thing is when the ADs meetings and coaches meetings were going on, the commissioner was in town.
Yeah, that's right.
So here's the thing. Last week we wrote pieces about the fact that the league wants to, or some people in the league, I'd say 11 schools would like to see the tournament move to someplace other than here because it's too tough to win here. But that's not happening until at least 2029.
Yep.
After 2029.
After 2029.
And there's a lot of people in town now that are committing to keep it here financially.
Yep.
I know Navarre is one of them, but a lot of your big title holders and that are really interested in keeping it here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'd say 11 of the schools want to move it. I actually, because some interesting things that did unfold at the meetings.
11 of the coaches would like to move it.
11 of the coaches would like to move it. There's no doubt. I think there's some ADs, though, that recognized the good that the tournament has had for the league by being in a central location that is supported by a good fan base. It's only brought better exposure to the league, which has made the league better. I think there are some ADs that definitely recognize that and have reminded some of the other ADs in the room where this league was prior to whenever this thing was out in Katy. And so I wouldn't say all 11.
It was pretty poorly run in Katy.
It was very poorly run. It was very disconnected. And so there are some ADs that definitely recognize the good that the tournament has had here, both financially and from a brand standpoint. So there was some positives that have come out of those meetings as well. And then, while those talks are going on, Chris was in town actually doubling down on the investment to keep it here and meeting with businesses that really have seen the impact that it's had and getting them to invest even further. So
and that's
some positives over the last week, even though there might be a little bit of fuzziness about it.
There's some things that, and I talked to Chris a lot about this, and one thing the league doesn't do, and they need to do a better job, is promote the league in the town.
That's right.
Because we know about McNeese here, but we don't really get to know about the rest of the league.
Yep.
Now, I thought you should always, now they're not going to do it this year, but I always thought you bring a basketball media day into town, and that kind of kicks off the year.
Yep.
Coaches want to do the viral because it's all video. You don't lose a day of practice and that. I get all that, but they have to do. I'd like to see billboards. Like to see things that say, "Hey, look what's coming," because there's no LHSAA now here.
Right. That's right.
That basketball is gone. So you have the opportunity to have the entire week. You're the central location, central face for that entire week.
Yeah, and that run with March Madness for the LHSA, I think it was, 13 years or something?
13.
So there was a lot of businesses, hotels, there was a lot of people that were all in on that side of it, which made it a little tough for the community to get behind the conference tournament at times. But now I think that's there's a lot of opportunities. Visit Lake Charles, one of them being one that would want to get involved and try to get this thing really, really going. So we're excited about it.
And they'll also understand that, hey, if you don't, you can lose this too because LHSAA is gone. So it's an interesting thing. I also know there is some talk about trying to move the tournament to where it ends on a Saturday, Sunday, which would give you better television exposure instead of 4 o'clock on a Wednesday night. That would seem to be really big.
Yeah, better TV exposure and then potentially better crowds.
Yeah.
Better opportunities for people to come in. And again, with March Madness out of town, there's more hotels available to do a weekend and potentially get some destination type places like the casinos involved to get that outside town, outside group here.
I think the big thing for that would be for McNeese, you have a really good gymnasium.
Yep.
I went way back to the 50s gymnasium. But you have a great arena. The exposure for that would be much better on a Saturday afternoon or a Saturday evening before the big boys play the next week.
Yep.
So I think that those are the types of talks I think they need to have as much as anything than where it is, because right now I did some notes last week on it. McNeese doubled in attendance, everybody. Mm-hmm. They were also everybody's biggest home crowd.
Yep, that's right.
So they are I hate to say it, they are the draw as of right now.
Yep.
So.
And I think, again, going back to, I know that there's maybe some heartburn from the other schools in the league, but
just one.
Just one for sure, who wasn't in the league at the time. But
who's the reason why all this is here anyway.
Yes. But McNeese and Heath made the investment before.
Yeah.
We had to think, again, when he was the coach and we weren't any good, we were making the investment to host the tournament here.
Yeah.
So the investment was made to better the league.
And nobody cared back then.
Just so happens now McNeese is good, but the investment was made to help the league, and that's what I hope people don't forget.
No, this whole thing was set to save a league that was absolutely dead in the water if McNeese left that day. So there's no question about that. And he bluffed everybody, by the way. He absolutely bluffed everybody. When we come back, we're going to talk to soccer player Bella Galan, who does a lot more than play soccer for McNeese, which is probably the best part of her interesting story, is how much she's fallen in love with the campus and now does for the campus. After this.
Well, it's game day at the Legacy Center, and the McNeese Cowboys are warmed up and ready to play. Cowboys have a new player this year, number 22, Katie Ferdinand. This girl loves basketball and McNeese so much she can't wait to get out on the floor. And we're off. Shoemate tips the brewer, and there goes Katie.
Ferdinand Financial Group supports the McNeese Cowboys. The Cowboys are going to do some really big things. Really big.
McNeese athletes bring big energy, big plays, and big spirit to every game. That's why Lakeside is proud to be such a huge fan. We're a hometown team too, in the business of backing big dreams across our community every day. And we always bank on big wins with McNeese Sports. Go big with Lakeside and McNeese.
Join Don's Wash Club and score big on clean rides all season. Unlock discounts on washes, interior cleanings, oil changes, and more. Whether you're tailgating or heading home after the game, keep your ride looking like a pro. Not ready to commit? No worries. Scan the QR code on screen to see what we're all about. Enjoy your ride with Don's on McNeese, Ryan, and Nelson.
Welcome to Pro Pools, your one-stop shop for everything pool care. Top quality chemicals to keep your water clean, clear, and balanced. Plus in-store savings and rebates to keep more money in your pocket. Upgrade your cleaning with industry-leading equipment and turn your backyard into the perfect escape. From simple setups to luxury designs, we've got you covered. Visit Pro Pools today on Romero Street in Lake Charles, or call now and dive into better pool care.
We're back with Bella Galan, soccer player from McNeese State, a junior. You are a junior, right?
Yes, sir.
I look at those things and I'm like, I don't know what they are anymore because of all the years and that. But you're from San Antonio, Texas.
Yes, sir.
You have an interesting story to me because both your parents played here?
Just my mom.
Oh,
my
your
mom played
okay.
here, yeah.
So you told me that you weren't sure about McNeese, but mom kept kind of pushing you until you got here. What changed when you got here?
Well, I went to the ID camp, and it was after another Louisiana school ID camp. So it was kind of like a little, like, since I'm in Louisiana, I'll come here too, because my mom was here. But it was the coaching staff. It was the coaching staff and just the campus itself, because, like, the size, I didn't want to go to a huge school, but I didn't really want to go to a really small school either. So it was really, like, the right fit here.
But you kind of embrace the school because you do a lot more than play soccer. We'll get into soccer in a minute, but you're the MC of women's basketball. Probably should be the MC of men's basketball, but that's just my opinion. But that takes on its own role. But you also do this thing called Cowboy Camp, which I think is interesting. Is that all with freshmen?
It's more for anyone who needs that orientation credit. I think it's mostly freshmen because they're really excited to get into college, and I just like it's a good moment just to like show them what the school is about.
For you to do that, you have to like buy into the school. That's not somebody that was on the borderline comes in and does that. What kind of turned you on to that kind of idea of being a bigger part than just soccer?
I knew that a bunch of people, usually like people that are raised here in Lake Charles, they see it as like a school that's in their backyard and they really don't want to go to it. But from me coming from 6 hours away, I saw that McNeese was like an opportunity to become like a new kind of person into a new state. And with showing the pride that I have for McNeese for these freshmen, it makes them excited when they come into their first semester. If I were to show them a different type of side that was like if it was in my backyard, it wouldn't have the same effect.
It's just, so what does a day at Cowboy Camp look like? I mean, I'm
So-
curious. I didn't go through it as a student.
I calculate, you can always come back if you want.
I can come back. Right
It's 25 hours in the 2 days, and the first day is more for all of the breakout sessions with getting to know like all of the safety rules, everything you need to know for registering classes. But the majority, their main point is to, I guess, embrace like the culture of McNeese in just 2 days. And I know it's not a lot, but you try to fill it in as much as you can, but just to make new friends because you're put in these color groups and kind of get a feel of the school before you actually step on campus in the fall.
Got it. That
See,
makes sense.
my college orientation way back was basically I got a map, and somebody drove me around and said, that building's there, that building's there, that building's there. How much in depth do you get into like you said, the culture, but kind of outside of campus too, and kind of what the whole community is about? Do you do a lot of that, or is it mostly just the campus?
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, I try to, with the freshmen coming in, I really try to show my love for McNeese in like different ways. Like I know we do a lot of stuff about traditions on campus. And I try to like emulate like just the community around Lake Charles is very like giving, if that makes sense. And so building like that group, I guess, like culture within like the freshman orientation class, it's like when you give into them and you put that energy in them, it'll bounce right back into the community.
What is the biggest tradition of McNeese that people don't know about?
If they haven't known now, I think it's the seal, where if you step on the seal, you won't graduate on time. And you have,
wow.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the seal
Well,
that's in the
I would have walked all
quad.
over it then probably in my day.
Yeah, you have 39 seconds to go touch the John McNeese statue.
Did you know that one?
Didn't know that one either.
If you step on it, if you step
Oh,
on
Oh,
it.
I got
so
you.
you
I got you.
if you step on the seal, you can
Yeah, you can
erase
run.
the
To
curse.
redeem yourself.
Yes.
You can erase the curse.
Yes, I had a camper do it, and it was actually so scary because she didn't know she stepped on it, and we were screaming at her, and she sprinted, and it was raining that day too, so she ran through the mud, and I was like, sorry.
See what you learn every day.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Did you go through that as a freshman?
Yes, I did. Yes.
And how much did it kind of calm your nerves for the first couple of days?
Well, it was like an entire group of soccer players that went with, like, it was like my freshman class, and we were all split into different groups, and I was put by myself in a group, so I kind of had to like force myself to make friends. But it was so easy because the Rowdy Riders, which are the orientation leaders, made it possible for us to connect, and I loved it because it just was like it made me one step further of like loving McNeese.
So so you connected with, I guess, incoming freshmen, and then you also connect our fan base with our game days. So how did you even get involved with the emceeing, and where did that opportunity come up, and what intrigued you about it?
So I know two of my teammates that have they did student work over in like the ticket sales and stuff like that. They're really close with like the marketing department, and I always talked about like doing like TV broadcast and everything, like stuff that's in the public eye.
Yeah.
And they were like so awesome. They like mentioned me to Cassidy and Aaron, and they texted me and they were like, "Hey, do you want to do this?" And I was like, "Yes, I would love to do this. This is awesome. This is my route."
So when you're doing it, because you do different things, not only are you haven't put on the rowdy outfit or anything like that and get everybody fired up, but you're supposed to fire up the crowd.
Yes, sir.
At one point. You also have to run the games they play.
Yes.
Yes. How tough can that be? Because you're working with kids sometimes that aren't really A, following directions, and B, the rules kind of change.
It's kind of there's I guess a spectrum of like kids that are like super like wanting to play the game, and then there's kids that like are so shy and you can't get them out there. But you just try to manage. You just have to improvise as you go. But it's really fun at the end of it because when they're done, they're happy they did it. Their mom got a video of them doing it. It's fun. So.
And that's really all that matters.
That's all that matters.
But the last thing is, you wanted to be a TV reporter at one point in time, you said.
Yes, sir.
I asked you about this, and you said you hadn't done football because of the crossover of soccer. Would you do basketball sideline reporting or something like that? Would that be something
I
you
would
would
love
be
to do-
interested in afterwards, after school?
Definitely afterwards. That would be like a big jump, and I would love to do it. Like I would honestly go anywhere. So if it's out of Lake Charles or it's here in Lake Charles, I mean, I would love to stay in Lake Charles. But it's really, yeah, that's a dream.
Because that's interesting. I've seen, it seems like with the new mass communications you guys are doing,
Yeah.
kids are going to get more of those opportunities.
Yep. Our partnership on campus is growing, and any opportunity, obviously, to get our student athletes involved in what we do in other sports is the goal.
Yeah.
So, we'll be looking forward to doing that.
When we come back with Bella, we're going to talk about soccer and what she's had to go through the first 3 years with 3 coaches. It's a little rough. After this on Poke Nation.
Well, it's game day at the Legacy Center, and the McNeese Cowboys are warmed up and ready to play. Cowboys have a new player this year, number 22, Katie Ferdinandson. This girl loves basketball and McNeese so much she can't wait to get out on the floor. And we're off. Shoemate tips the brewer, and there goes Katie.
Ferdinandson Financial Group supports the McNeese Cowboys. The Cowboys are going to do some really big things. Really big.
McNeese athletes bring big energy, big plays, and big spirit to every game. That's why Lakeside is proud to be such a huge fan. We're a hometown team too, in the business of backing big dreams across our community every day. And we always bank on big wins with McNeese Sports. Go big with Lakeside and McNeese.
Join Don's Wash Club and score big on clean rides all season. Unlock discounts on washes, interior cleanings, oil changes, and more. Whether you're tailgating or heading home after the game, keep your ride looking like a pro. Not ready to commit? No worries. Scan the QR code on screen to see what we're all about. Enjoy your ride with Don's on McNeese, Ryan, and Nelson.
Welcome to Pro Pools, your one-stop shop for everything pool care. Top quality chemicals to keep your water clean, clear, and balanced. Plus in-store savings and rebates to keep more money in your pocket. Upgrade your cleaning with industry-leading equipment and turn your backyard into the perfect escape. From simple setups to luxury designs, we've got you covered. Visit Pro Pools today on Romero Street in Lake Charles, or call now and dive into better pool care.
We're back with Bella Galan, defensive player for McNeese. Defense, to me, in soccer is a little interesting. Now, the World Cup's here. Are you interested in the World Cup?
Yes, a little bit, yeah.
More the women than the men's, though? Or
Yeah,
okay.
more the women.
Defense is interesting because you guys don't get a lot of shots.
Yeah.
You got to play on your back heels a lot. How tough is that? Because everybody's always coming at you.
It's definitely like you are the last line before the goalie, and you are like the last hope if the ball gets past the forwards and the midfielders. So it's a lot of pressure, but it's funny because they also are also in the attack. If you're an outside back and you're on the wings, you can go up, and you also have to track back.
Yeah.
And it's not what they're doing. So you're working really hard on the backside.
Yeah, it seems like you guys are playing the whole field.
Basically.
And that's a little more running than I prefer.
But is there different philosophies, and I'm a little ignorant to some soccer,
No,
so
you're good.
different philosophies on what those wings do or the backs do, or so what is your specialty, so to speak?
Well, I play right back, so it's more of it's a support. Usually if there's an attacker coming out from the outside and they want to cross the ball in, like you see the big crosses coming in, you really want to shut those down, or even the support in the attack. Because there's 2 center backs already in place, they're really the last line. You have the outside backs. If everyone is pushing up on the field, those outside backs can support on the outside. We can send crosses in. We can go up and we can exchange positions with the wingers. There's a lot of changing during the game, but it's really we can support in the attack and defense.
This may sound kind of dumb, but if you miss hit with your head, how much does that hurt? Have you ever gotten a concussion?
Yes, I've got a concussion.
That seems really. I mean, that's I've never played a sport where I didn't have to wear a helmet.
It was not fun. It was not fun at all. I got to lock in my room for a week, and it was dark. I was sleeping the entire day. It was.
How hard is it not to do that right? Because you're not controlling where the ball's coming from.
It's really not that hard. I mean, you're supposed to hit it on the top part of your head, not really up here. This is the part where most people if they look up, see the ball, and it shines in the light, and just boom, you see people fall, and I'm like, well, that's a concussion.
Let's talk about the team. You've been here 3 years, and now you're on your 3rd coach.
Yes,
That's
sir.
not easy.
No, it is not.
But it does seem like this new coach kind of has influxed life into the program a little bit. Very energetic, very outgoing. Is that what you see in that?
Yes, sir. Like I've seen how she's big on buying into the program, and she's already like established that culture within our team. And her communication skills are top notch, and she's already amazing. And it's only been a semester.
Yeah, it's Alexis Cable is the new coach. This team, as far as that goes, how hard has it been with 3 different coaches? Because that's 3 different philosophies almost.
Well, it was when I first got here, Drew Fitzgerald was the coach at the time, and he was great when he was here, and the coaching staff was awesome. There was some changes before I even got here, and but it was a big transition when it came from him leaving and then the interim head coach and then now, because you always have that fear of you're gonna get cut, or you don't know what's gonna happen. Is he gonna wipe the team and bring new players? There's constant changes in the world, in the game. So it's you never know what's really gonna happen.
How do you manage that amongst the girls? Obviously, it sounds like you're involved in Cowboy Camp and all these things that are supposed to bring life into the group. And how do you maybe mentor or keep the group together, or talk about the leadership that requires through these changes?
Yes, sir. It's you really have to reach a hand out there, because sometimes the grade levels, they're not split, but it is kind of oh, I'm older than you, and those older people will come down and try to comfort them. Because I remember when I was a freshman and it was changing, I was scared, and I saw these seniors, I was oh, they're gonna stay, but what if I'm a new person, I'm gonna get cut? So when the new coaching change happened and everything, you really need to I guess the culture of the team was something we had to focus on, because if you don't have that culture, you're gonna the team's gonna crumble and everything. So
the interesting thing to me is I didn't realize how many different philosophies and styles of play there was in soccer.
There's a lot.
Because you guys have gone through 3 different. There was you started. I think you guys played a little more laid back. Then you guys were attack mode and more attacking. So how is that changing? That changes personnel.
It does. It definitely does. When I first got here, it was very defensive and I wouldn't say park the bus, but kind of more of trying to I guess counterattack on that way. But how Coach Cable is, she wants to get point A to B, and I always like that, because in my highlights and recruiting, I was always sending the ball up, making passes that are to that player in the air, and it's quicker to get down the field, because the quicker you can get down the field, you can attack, pressure, and keep them in their box, and it causes panic and eventually scoring.
And that's what she wants to do. Is she wants to be on the attack.
She wants to be on the attack. I feel since I've been here, I feel we've been on the defensive side too much. And even though I'm a defensive player, I still want to attack and stuff. So
well, attack is more fun.
Yes.
It's always be the aggressor.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Bella, for being here. When we come back with Matt, we'll get his final thoughts after this on Poke Nation.
The Cowboys are going to do some really big things. Really big.
McNeese athletes bring big energy, big plays, and big spirit to every game. That's why Lakeside is proud to be such a huge fan. We're a hometown team too, in the business of backing big dreams across our community every day. And we always bank on big wins with McNeese Sports. Go big with Lakeside and McNeese.
Well, it's game day at the Legacy Center, and the McNeese Cowboys are warmed up and ready to play. Cowboys have a new player this year, number 22, Katie Ferdinand. This girl loves basketball and McNeese so much she can't wait to get out on the floor. And we're off. Shoemate tips the brewer, and there goes Katie.
Ferdinand Financial Group supports the McNeese Cowboys.
I would guess, Matt, as an administrator, one of the things you like seeing is kids that don't just come here to play sports but get involved on campus, like Bella.
Yeah, I think I was watching one of the regionals, baseball regionals or something, and one of those commercials popped up that 98% of student athletes go pro in something other than sports, right? I think, we get lost sometimes in this whole NIL thing that it's such a business, but at the heart of it, we're still here to help kids and get them ready for life. And so to see an athlete completely buy into any opportunity on campus as an administrator is really, really fulfilling to see And she's going to have a fantastic career in whatever she does, obviously.
I mean, she does a lot of things for the school, which is kind of fun to see. All right, I want to talk about your predecessor in your position.
Oh, boy.
Todd Butler.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Todd Butler's on my TV screen as a first base coach at Oklahoma, in the dugout, has a chance to go. By this time when the show airs, we'll know he's probably going to be going for a championship. He's a part of McNeese baseball. He played here 2 years, coached here several years.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on Todd Butler, and do you talk to him?
It's been a minute. He pops by every now and then.
Yeah, he still lives in Sulphur.
Yep, he pops by and hangs out every now and then, especially when he's on the recruiting circuit and hits this I-10 corridor. But Todd's not just a McNeese guy; he's a Southwest Louisiana guy. He's a big Sulphur, very proud to be from Sulphur, and used to tell me about his training of running the overpass whenever they had the walking path over the interstate. That was his speed conditioning back in the day. So he's old school, but I'll tell you, I've heard this not just from Todd, but from other people. He's one of the best evaluators and recruiters in the country. And when he left here, he said the only reason he's leaving is because he wants to try to go to Omaha. And he's assembled a roster that's put them in a position to do that. So great for him, and really proud for him.
And he also said it was one of the few schools, Oklahoma, where he went to after playing 2 years here. He transferred to Oklahoma. It's one of the few schools he would have gone to. That's what he told me. So it's good to see him doing that. You'll be able to read about Todd Butler this week in the American Press, by the way.
And another McNeese guy going to Omaha, Mike Bianco.
Yes, a former head coach, and he's going back to Omaha.
What a legend.
And there's a lot of good baseball coaches that came from here and went, seemed to have a pipeline to Wichita State for a while there. I always tried to get Justin Hill, and he couldn't do it, was to get, at one point, you had 3 head coaches, tried to get the McNeese, everybody to come back for a weekend for a small little tournament early in the year.
That would have been awesome.
That would have been great for McNeese, but those guys had big programs, and it's hard to get them all at one time in one place. So, but that would have been nice to see, because it would have rewarded them. Obviously, Tony Robichaux is the name everybody recognizes. But there's a lot of guys done well in baseball here. So let's ask about baseball, since we're talking on the subject. A lot of kids from the area leave, especially during the hurricane time. A lot of them then transfer, and a lot of them come back. I'm seeing a lot of kids from the area hitting the transfer portal. Are you hearing they may come back? I've heard a couple of names coming back.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of names with interest. Unfortunately, the roster caps kind of put a hurting on it a little bit, right? And it's tough, because as much as I would, as a coach, I'm just not speaking for Justin, but as much as I would want to wait for the portal, I'd be scared to wait for the portal. So you got to start filling your roster in the spring, and then, so it kind of limits you on how many spots you have. And it looks like there may be more local kids hitting the portal than we're going to have spots for, unfortunately.
You can't take everybody.
You can't take them all. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out, and to see what needs Justin has. But yes, I mean, it also goes to show, again, baseball in this area is so good, right?
Well, softball's done it with, I'm trying to think.
Papillon
now. Fontenot. Elijah Fontenot.
That's right.
So that does happen a lot here. You think, we talk about basketball and football's portal window. Baseball's portal window is...
It's tough.
It's 2 weeks.
It's 2 weeks.
And nobody's on campus.
Nobody's on campus. All the kids are playing summer ball, so you're really not bringing them in on visits. It's just kind of phone calls and, hey, you want to do this? And sure, coach, I'll be there, Okay, see you in August. I mean, it's really a very, very weird time of year for recruiting, which is why, like I said, you almost have to go a little bit early.
One more show to finish the season out. We'll see you next week on Polk Nation, where we'll have the new athletic director.
That's right. Bridget Martin. Here we go.
We'll see you next week.